and took care of them completely, giving them everything. And all he had was a cow and cow's milk. And he gave that and gave everything that he had and slept outside in the rain. Narada was so pleased. And in the morning he thought Krishna will bless him with all the auspiciousness, he'll become all fine. When Krishna came out and he saw the man, he just said, okay, I'm leaving, and left the place. And he just said, blessings. So Narada asked, what did you bless him for? Krishna replied that he blessed him so that the cow would die. Narada was shocked. He said, what did you bless for? Yes, Krishna said, Narada, you will not understand how things work in a logical world and how things work in a conscious world. In conscious world, the rich man that you saw has so many births, and he has to go through all his karma. So I wished him well, and so that he can go through his karma. Even though what you saw, what he gave to me. But this man, this poor man, was in the last birth, and he is waiting for his moksha, and all he had is attachment to the cow. So when I remove the cow, he brings that superconscious space in him, and he'll be enlightened. Learning this, Narada understood each of these avatars land on planet Earth to give us the conscious breakthrough, making us understand Paramashiva is real. Paramashiva is the infinite space, why we came to planet Earth, to experience this ultimate consciousness. Bhagavan beautifully says that out of the 84 million species and 8 billion people, we are the chosen ones, Hindus, to experience the higher consciousness, higher species, who we are. And again aligning to the higher space, and Guruvak is your life. Again and again doing whatever Guru says, whether it makes sense, whether it becomes a knowledge or it becomes a reality or nothing happens, just keep doing, and simply you will experience the oneness with Paramashiva, which was your ultimate space that you wanted to experience. Apta Pramana of Patinathar, one of the greatest saints, the Apta Pramana for the depth dimension, for the power of putting the object on fire. He was one of the greatest saint and one of the greatest Nayanamar, and he was a very rich man. He was born with a silver spoon, and he was such a rich man that he sent his son on business trip. And when his son came back from the business trip, the son did not give him anything except cow dung cakes. So he got little upset with his son and threw the cow dung cake on the ground. But the cow dung cake had so many precious jewels, and simply they went scattering, and he thought, oh my God, my son not only knows how to earn, but he knows how to safeguard the wealth. He ran to his home in such a joy, where his wife a leaf where it is written, and a broken needle where it is clearly written that even a broken needle does not come with you after death. You are living on the planet Earth only for 70 years, but you're going to be living for eternity on the different lokas, and again be born and have the birth and death cycle. So he understood this higher science. He has to live for the higher reality, why he came down on planet Earth, and took that so seriously. He left everything, including his clothes, and walked to find out the higher reality. So his family got really upset that he left everything, all the wealth. What would they do and how would they survive if he does that? And they got really upset that he became mad, and his sister wanted to poison him. And she gave his favorite sweet and with the poison. He simply saw the sweet, he could see the snake in it and the poison in it. And simply he threw the sweet, the favorite sweet that he usually eats, on the roof of the sister's roof, and said, if whatever she's trying to do is hurting me, then let it hurt the roof of the house. And the roof caught up with fire. Then she understood the space and the powers that he had gained from that superconscious space, and simply surrendered to him, saying what he is gained is ultimate, and she surrendered and completed with him. All these great signs that Bhagavan is saying, how we can live as a greater reality instead of the mediocre life. Bhagavan himself sat in Manikarnika Ghat and experienced 2.5 days. He did not move his muscles and experienced the oneness, going into the space beyond his mind. Literally his limbs were begging for moving, but he did not move. He just sat, and finally he experienced the oneness with Paramashiva, and after that he moved his body. And he says he ran to Vishwanatha, took the ashes and did the Abhisheka on the linga, and simply Vishwanatha gave him darshan, and he understood that he is no longer a stone, but he is a deity himself. His first enlightened experience, and such a profound experience, beyond death experience that he had, and that he shares very beautifully, that how as long as we think we are only materialistic and get entangled with this material body, we are stuck with the materialistic world of birth and death. The mind knows only materialistic world. But if you're ready to give up that materialistic world, understanding not giving up anything in the outer world, but the inner world, the clutches that we have with all this, which is not true. It's like having a dream and all the time worrying about the dream, whatever you saw in the dream. It is so silly. That is exactly how we live our life. When we are unclutched from our body and mind and understand that Paramashiva is real, he is manifesting everything that we are perceiving in our reality. When we start living with the inner space as our identity, inner space as more important, the seer than the seen, the subject than the object, we start recognizing Paramashiva is real as the space where Paramashiva can manifest in each of us as reality. With deep surrender and deep patience, whatever we know, again and again, aligning to that higher reality, Paramashiva is real. He will manifest the greatest signs. Now today we are going to experience the oneness with Paramashiva, lighting the object, the lamp, without touching it. All we can do is take the lamp, put some wick, put some oil, and we are going to light the lamp just through the power of third eye. If you feel heat, temperature raise in the lamp, anything you can record, and you can experience the oneness to really lit the lamp itself. Beautifully, whatever you experience, go ahead and record that and share it with the world. That's what Bhagavan says. Enriching and causing is the ultimate gift which we can give ourselves to raise out of the delusion and get liberated. Now sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Few minutes of deep Nirvikalpa Samadhi we can experience when the mind merges into the whole consciousness as real. How you have the fillings, your mind is like a fillings and your inner space is like a magnet. When you remove all that outer world, unclutch from everything, have a complete completion, that whatever you perceiving in the outer world is still in the dream, and I need to wake up as Paramashiva, sit as Paramashiva, Parashakti, so powerful. Simply when you unclutch, the fillings will start getting attracted and it will merge into the magnet, becoming the magnet itself. Same way the mind merges into your inner space completely and Paramashiva itself, recognizing as Paramashiva. The more and more we are unclutched from whatever we are seeing in the outer world, more and more we start experience our Guru, Paramashiva, as our reality. Surrendering to the Guru all the identities that we carry and merging into him and getting pulled by Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, I got pulled many times into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi space. Just I go into that Samadhi for so many times in my life. Same way you can experience that higher reality, manifesting all the auspiciousness, abundance and bliss much more than you can even imagine in your life. Now for few minutes, let's entangle with Bhagavan, completely being in the oneness with Paramashiva, and start chanting the Mahavakya from your navel center. If you want to chant as Ajapa Japa, you can do it, but without moving the tongue and listening to your inner space. From there, you listen to the sound of Ajapa Japa, not from outside. Then it becomes Ajapa Japa. But if you are not able to listen and focus, please chant loudly as you can listen to the Ajapa Japa. The more you listen to the other Ajapa Japa, your thoughts completely drop and your frequency raises to a higher level that you start seeing manifestation happening around you. Just as auspiciousness and abundance, today lighting the lamp just through the power of third eye is the ultimate gift Bhagavan is giving all of us. So let's surrender in deep gratitude, deep earning to Bhagavan's lotus feet again and start manifesting the power of lighting the object on fire. Make sure every safety is taken care when you're sitting, and no matchbox, nothing should be near you. Everything is happening only from your power of third eye. So start chanting the Mahavakya deeply from your navel center with a deep listening to manifest the power of depth dimension.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour.
So beautiful. Whatever you're experiencing, if you take a picture of that, or if you take a temperature and take a picture, that is also fine. Or you see some heat or smoke happening when Bhagavan initiated all the balasans for Agni Samyama, and we used to see balasans having smoke from the mouth, not anything else, but the Agni Samyama started manifesting in them as reality. They could have the fire breath. That is what Bhagavan manifested in each of these balasans, and they used to have smoke, not anything else but purely from the space of oneness they used to experience. In Kailash Courtyard, all the balasans experience all the different dimension. How Bhagavan says, how they can just download 4 Vedas. The balasans were just initiated and given some very unique Sanskrit slokas, and they simply downloaded, and Bhagavan himself tested all these signs, how it's happening as reality, and simply they started manifesting. Most of the question paper they can download. If we ask the Mensa question, when research scientist was asking Mensa question, not only that answer, but the next question and the answer, everything they started revealing. It was such a fun experiencing with the Balasans. It is a possibility how the great saints made cats. Bogar was able to make a cat recite the four Vedas, and Jnaneshwar was able to make a buffalo recite the four Vedas. When they made fun of him, the buffalo started reciting, and then the buffalo was held by the one of the Muslims, and he said, "What would I do with it?" And he gave it to the Pandit. And Pandit said, "I don't want the buffalo correcting us. Jnaneshwar can have the buffalo himself." So then Saint Jnaneshwar had the buffalo, and whatever he wrote and all that he script, the buffalo also stood by the witness and corrected and did everything. It is not the possibility of what we know as reality. The higher dimension, it was possible, and millions have experienced that. If you understand, you are Paramashiva, you are Brahmanya Bahuputrata, you are the favorite inheritant of the cosmos. You are not just a logical mind. Logical mind only leads to suffering. Getting out of that clutches of the mind. If somebody removes something from you, like the favorite person or favorite object, if you lose, how do you feel? You feel a complete vacuum at that place. When you unclutch, you should feel exactly the space where something not lost, but something empty, completely how you feel in the deep sleep. The more and more you're able to unclutch from what you know as reality, more and more Bhagavan fills you up with auspiciousness, abundance, healing, bliss, everything, even if you experience for few seconds. Nothing is lost by unclutching. Everything is gained. Even things you thought is lost come back, and you experience the higher science, higher reality beyond death and birth cycle. Paramashiva is real. Consciousness is real as your reality. Few more minutes collectively. Let's get into the deep Nirvikalpa Samadhi, chanting the Mahavakya with the deep listening. That's all Bhagavan asks us to do. Unclutch from everything, how you go into the sleep. You don't carry your cell phone into the sleep, nor you carry any book. You unclutch from everything, including your body and mind, go into the deep sleep. Same way, unclutch from everything, consciously enter into the same space by chanting and listening. Continuously chant for few minutes with a deep listening of what you're chanting, and you'll experience the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Even for few seconds, it will manifest as powers. For the power of depth dimension, lighting the object, the lamp on fire, let's start chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
So beautiful, whatever you experienced, and Paramashiva, you have able to recognize in you Paramashiva space. Share it with all the people, your families and friends in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. Again and again, Bhagwan asks you to enrich and cause. Enriching is pulling you out of delusion, and causing is liberation. More and more, when we enrich and cause, we are the closest to the reality, Bhagwan's lotus feet, and end the session with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you. The next session will be at 6 p.m. in IST. You can log in through eKailasha. Thank you, Nithyananda.